Hello? Hello, hello. Oh no, there she goes. There she goes. There she goes. Come here, Chloe. Come here. Come do some scoots before we start and you leave. Go ahead, do some scoots. Scoots. Scoots from Chloe. You don't even miss your brother. Not even like a little bit. Not even a tiny bit do you miss him. You live your best life without him in this house. Because he bullied you. Let me let her out. Okay. Hi. Hi everybody. It's been a day, as you can probably tell by my face. It's definitely been a lot of emotions today. So hi everybody. Hi Will. Hi Mike. Hi Suspended. Hi PP. Hi YR. Hi Memory Loss. Hi C1. Jeff. Josh. Uh, what's up? Rodimus. Link World of Tanks. Hello. PP. I think I got everybody. Right? I think I got everyone. Hopefully. Hopefully I got everybody. Hi, you guys. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Monday. I suppose I'm gonna put on this playlist also. Um I'm gonna apologize. I'm gonna apologize just right now. Little static in your mic. Little static. There definitely should not be static. I don't know why there's static. That's interesting. It's maybe it's picking up the air purifier behind me. I'll just bring the mic closer to me and turn the thing down. I don't know. It's fine. Okay, so happy Monday. I'm sorry. I'm going to say sorry right off the bat because today is not necessarily going to be a very fun stream. Yeah, I'm going to tell you about my bridal shower, which was beautiful. I'm going to show you guys some pictures. And also today is the 1 year anniversary of Kovu passing away. So it's been a bit of a difficult day for me. And I think we're just gonna take a trip down memory lane, I suppose. Immediate memory, like short-term memory from yesterday, and then long-term memory for like the rest of my life. Takabo, thank you very much for the 100 bits. Thank you. Hi, Date Man. He does. He does. You know what? I feel like there are probably people out there who are going to be like, oh, this is so dramatic. She's being so dramatic. It's a cat. However, I feel like what's the cat was always with me, right? The cat was literally, I remember in my parents' room when they told us we were going to get kittens. It was like the best day of my entire life because I had wanted a kitten for so long. We had always had a cat, but none of the cats were like my cat. And I wanted a kitten so badly. And I remember when they said we were going to get two kittens. My little brother was going to get a kitten, and I was going to get a kitten. And I was like, I remember I cried. I was over the moon with joy. And I was just so happy. And it was in 7th grade. Told us we were going to get them in 7th grade. And then we got them the beginning of 8th grade. I got them the beginning of 8th grade. And that was kind of like, I mean, that was like puberty. Those were puberty years, right? So that was kind of when like the significant things in my life started to happen was 8th grade, like boys and drama and all of this stuff. And so Kovu really was with me for every like significant step in my life, all the way to getting engaged. And I really thought that Kovu would know my first kid, at least. So it really sucks. It really sucks that I won't have a single picture of like my first baby and my second baby. But I kind of haven't like processed it entirely. Because when he died, I kind of just shoved everything in a drawer and I was like, no, I'm never going to look at this stuff again. So like I still have his like bottles of medication that I just didn't have the heart to throw out. So I have his paperwork and I have his medication and I just like, I know it's a cat. But like with people, you know, you get into fights with people, you have disagreements with people, and you have people in your life, I feel like, for a long time. And they're not with you all the time. Whereas, like, your pets are with you all the time. So every time I came home from some type of whatever, whether it was a good memory or it was a bad memory, I came home to Kovu. And there were times in my life where I honestly, like, I truly felt like if I had not had that cat, I didn't think I would cry right off the bat. So let me just recenter here for a second. So yeah. So I had Kovu for according to this paperwork, which I'm pretty sure we just made this up because I remember, like, I don't think we actually knew his birthday, and I think my mom just picked a date to tell the vet. Apparently his birthday was July 26th, 2010. It was 2010, but I don't think that it was, I don't think it was July 26th. But I remember we picked a date, and we told the vet that. But, yeah, so I had him for 13 years. Almost 13 years. He would have been 13 in July of 2023, but he died in April. So he was, 12 and some change. And yeah, he was literally here for like every significant part of my life. All of the good things, all of the bad things. But there were times where I definitely felt like he was the only good thing I had, and the only little creature that would ever love me, that I would love in return, without any strings or attachments, just, yeah. So, I have this little baggie of his hair, which is where they, shaved his little paw to put him to sleep, which we had to do because he had cancer. He had cancer, and it was at a point where they could have done surgery, but it would have been very invasive and it would have been painful for him and a lot of recovery, and it only would have given me maybe a couple more months, and I didn't want to put him through more pain. And I didn't want to make the end of his life miserable for him, even though he was already miserable. I know he lived a great life. I know he did. He was very, very loved. And he was a bad cat. He was so bad. He was so bad. He ate flowers. We couldn't have flowers in the house because any flower that we had, he would eat it. He would constantly rip up toilet paper, like all the time. Everyone's bathroom, you would just find toilet paper all over the floor because Kovu ripped it up. He would like eat the freaking wood chips. If you were putting wood in the fire, he'd come over and eat the wood chips. He'd eat like the rug. He would try to rip up pieces of the rug. Like he was a nuisance. He really was just a menace to society. But he was my nuisance. He was my little love. And he loved me. Gosh, that cat loved me. My mom always said when I was gone, like when I went to Tennessee, when I was gone, he was so good. And then the second I came back, he was awful again because he knew that he could get whatever he wanted out of me. I'd give him treats and I'd, let him sleep in my room. Everyone else would kick him out because he was annoying and he'd meow and wake you up, but he got whatever he wanted from me. He was my baby. I was the only one who could pet his belly. He wouldn't let people pet his belly, but he let me pet his belly. He was my boy. He was 1000% my boy. I have a ton of pictures. I have a ton of pictures on my Discord that I was gonna pull up and show you guys. However, I wanted to talk to you first about the bridal shower, which we didn't get to talk about that. The bridal shower yesterday was beautiful, and I have some pictures from the shower. So this is, let's see, I'll show you. So my bridal shower was yesterday, for those of you guys who didn't know, which I will now officially work on the throne so that we can do the stream bridal shower. But this is what the table looked like. Let's see. So this is what the table looked like. That's me in the picture. I thought I took this picture, but apparently not. So this is what the table looked like. We had, this is like my mom's, like fine china. This is her fine china, and the centerpiece was like a green, like a sage green runner, which is my color for the wedding. Some greenery, and then we got little, tiny little bud vases from Amazon and filled them with live flowers, and that was like one of the things that people took with them. I love the mix of chairs. Yeah, so we only have like the 5 fancy chairs from the actual dining table, and then I bought these wooden folding chairs for my mom for Easter. That's what those the folding ones are. And then the other ones are just like Walmart folding chairs or whatever, but like that's all we had, so that we had to make do with that. So yeah, we had little fake candles, the little bud vases with the live flowers, and let me see if I can show you. So like here's another picture from it. So like that's what it looked like if you were sitting down and you were looking at the setup. So underneath the plates were towels for people to take with them. They were flower towels. They took the flower towels. They took the little bud vases of flowers. It was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. I was so happy. I was so happy with how it looked. And it felt so like garden party, like girly Shire vibe. And I absolutely loved it. It was so nice. It was so pretty. It was exactly the vision that I was looking for. The big vases were filled with lilies for Kovu. And yeah, so when people left, they took the bud vases with them, and they took the towel with them. Who took whose box? They didn't they didn't pick. My mom just filled all of the boxes and handed them to people, so they didn't really get to pick their box. However, my dad did come up and say, "Oh, whose box do I have?" after everyone left and it was nighttime and he was coming up to like get snacks and extra food and stuff. He goes, "Whose box do I have?" And he was looking at them and he's like, "Oh, Agony." And then he picked up another one and was like, "This one's Agony too. Agony's got a lot of boxes." So it was like, I will never chat. Oh, did you? You got, nice. Yeah, so the end of the party was like a little bit chaotic because I didn't realize the time. Like, we started playing the games at like 4 something, and then by the time I got to opening the gifts and stuff, it was already past 5, which the party is supposed to go from like 2 to 5, so I didn't keep track of the time, and it felt like it went by so quickly. I was saying this to my mom last night. I was like, I feel like it was just over in the blink of an eye, and like I didn't even, it just happened, and then it was done, and then I was like, well, I mean, that was great. I was so happy with how it turned out. It was beautiful. Let me show you the food table. This was the table where everyone sat and ate. Alpha, thank you very much for the tier 3. Welcome back, Alpha. I appreciate the tier 3 so very much. Thank you. Hi, Agony. Or sorry, not Agony, Alpha. We just talked about Agony's box. Yes, he had a lot of boxes and they got around apparently. Alpha, thank you very much for the tier 3. Welcome back. Sorry. I'm gonna be using a lot of tissues today. Monka S. So this was the table for sitting down. This is a really cute picture of Royce. These are the flowers that he bought me for the shower. So this one in a big vase, and these were on display that he that is you. That's you handsome guy. He bought me those flowers and they were absolutely beautiful, and lilies are my favorite. Lilies are my favorite flower. They will forever remind me of Kovu. Tata, thank you so much for using your Prime. Hi, Tata. Welcome back. Thank you so much for the resub. Thank you. Alpha, thank you for the tier 3. Tata, thank you for the Prime. Hello. So he got me these flowers, which were absolutely beautiful. Absolutely love them. And then this was the food table, which hopefully you guys will be able to see it. It's a little bit cropped right now. I'll try to crop it so you can see. So this was the food table. As you can see, we had a lot of good stuff. So we had my mom's homemade crumb cake, some cannoli dip, bacon wrapped, like cream cheese thingy-majigs. I don't know what they were. Pretzels with this homemade dip. Fruit, cupcakes. This back here was this Asian pasta salad that Mrs. Wong makes that is just absolutely freaking phenomenal. So good. Then we had pigs in a blanket. We had this big cheese platter, vegetables, shrimp, Oreo balls, brownies, and then sandwiches. So it was, oh, and sushi in the back. I forgot about the sushi in the back. So, yeah, so this was everything. So this is what it looked like. So you could see the food table was here. On the other side is a dining room table. We had the gifts over there on like the left on that furniture piece, and then the alcohol, and then that's just my mom's like china cabinet. But yeah, this was the food, and it was so good. It was spectacular. I was very happy. Now, granted, I like picked everything. That's why we ended up having it at my mom's house instead of doing it somewhere else, because I saw the prices of places where you like pay for it, and for the food that you got, I was like, I don't want to pay this much money if I'm not getting like sushi. So I was like, if I'm not getting food that I really, really like, this seems exorbitant. So we ended up doing it at my mom's house, which was great. Behind this chair here at the end of the table, there's a deck, and it was like, thank the Lord. It was perfectly sunny and breezy for the time period of my shower. Before and after, it rained, it thunderstormed. But during my shower, it was absolutely beautiful, and the kids were able to be outside. They were all on the deck. I made them little goodie bags, and they were doing their goodie bags. They were playing with each other in the playroom. Josh, thank you very much for the 101 bits to start the hype train. Thank you. Appreciate it. Stick this like over here for now or something. So this was the table. It was beautiful, and I was so very happy about it. I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. And then it was 16 adults, 8 kids. So a good amount of people, but we had tons of leftover food. I mean, tons. My fridge is full of this stuff right now. I've been eating sushi for every meal, which is like my dream. Fish or like shrimp, the sandwiches. A lot of the desserts went, but that's because we put them in the boxes and sent them home with people. But yeah, it was beautiful, and I really enjoyed it. I said to my mom that I didn't really feel like the bride because it went by so quickly, and like, Will, thank you so much for the resub. Thank you very, very, very much, Will. Welcome back. Thank you guys for the level 2 hype train. Appreciate it. I really appreciate it a lot. I don't have any goals up today because I didn't want anyone, like, I didn't want anybody going nuts because I was crying or anything, because I knew I'd be crying about Kovu, and I didn't want people to be like, oh, let's hit the sub goal, it'll make her feel better or something. Like, I didn't put any goals up today because, I don't know, I just didn't want to, like, does that make any sense? I don't know. Does that make any sense? Hopefully it makes sense. So this was the table, and it was beautiful. The other side was beautiful. I was incredibly, incredibly happy with this. And I said to my mom that I didn't feel like the bride because it went by so quickly, and I didn't really I don't know. It didn't feel like it was for me. I felt like I was a guest. Because I've always just been the guest at a bridal shower. So like, I don't know. For some reason, I just didn't feel like I was the bride. I was like, oh, this was fun, and the party's over already. I guess that's that. But it was beautiful, and I really enjoyed it, and I'm very happy that it is, it was great. Suspended, thank you very much for the one gifted to Kovu Kitty Cat. Thank you. Thank you. So this was the food, that was the table. I think I have a picture of the two of us as well. Yeah. This is what I wore. That's what I wore. The dress that I wore that one day on stream where I said I felt really pretty in that dress. I really liked that dress. So that was the dress that I wore. That was my bridal shower. And it was a lot of fun. And thank you guys so much for putting the Kovus in the chat. Thank you. But yeah. And it was really beautiful. It was really, really beautiful. And I'm so glad that the weather held out during the shower so that the kids could be outside. And it was just, we could have the door open and there were no bugs coming in. It was just so perfect. So it was really, really nice. So my bridal shower was great. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring the boxes and being a part of my bridal shower. That was that. Yeah. It was cute. It's cute. I like that man accessory. Where do I get one of those? I don't know. I actually found mine on the internet, but I don't know if they're available to purchase. Also, look at his salt and pepper hair going on. You see that big clump of gray? I love it. I love it. So cute. Thank you, Will. Thank you, Suspended. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. And thank you very much for the level 2 hype train again. Appreciate it. coming from you, yeah, Mrs. Mom tried to tell me that she found 2 grays in my hair during this party, and I said, absolutely not. It's 1000% the lighting. It's 1000% the lighting. I don't know what you're talking about, because I didn't see them. I did not see the grays that she was talking about personally, so I don't know what she's waffling about. She just straight waffling. No, she's waffling. Yeah, she said that. She goes, it's not like I do this for a living. I'm like, nah, I mean, what expertise does that give you in finding gray hairs? I don't know. Yeah. So that one's cute. It's a cute little picture. Denial is just a river in Egypt. No, I don't think so. I don't think there are any grays going on. I don't see any personally. And if you do see any, it's because of the lighting. So oh, it's not just sorry, it's not. Yo, what's up, Dark Soul? Hello. So yeah, so the shower was great. I think it felt like it went by super quickly, and I didn't realize the time. And so by the time we did like the games, which by the way, Royce's answers were so bad. I'm going to ask you guys these questions and see if you know the answers better than Royce did. Okay, what is my favorite song? Does anyone in here know my favorite song? And I said to him when he answered, I was like, I feel like you don't listen when I talk on stream because I've said these things so many times. So many times. Like, it's not even funny how many times I've said these things. No, it's not Baby Got Back. Royce picked our wedding song, which was like a good, I guess, sentimental guess. But like, he knows my favorite bands. I don't know why he didn't just pick a song from either of my favorite bands. In solidarity with Royce, we will also get these wrong. No, how does nobody in here know it? I've said it so many times. This has been a question. This has been a question on like every single like who knows Patty best game ever. Well, for the record, the answer is The Dark of You by Breaking Benjamin. So, just so you know, in case anybody wants to, give that a listen. And then what was the other one that I was like shocked? Oh, what's my pet peeve? Does anyone know my pet peeve? It has to do with streaming and like using a computer. What's my pet peeve? He got my pet peeve wrong, which I was like, I've said it so many times. I couldn't believe that he got it wrong. I mean, tech issues is a great answer. Technically, it falls into tech. Yes, keyboard crumbs. When my keyboard is sticky, or like there are crumbs in my keyboard, or anything that makes my keyboard not function makes me so angry. And the reason is low-key, I feel like I've got a little bit of trauma from this, is growing up, all of our computers were on like one big table. And so we would share a table for gaming. And my older brother, who has the same name as me, by the way, his name's Pat, he would always eat at the computer. And so he would constantly get crumbs in the keyboards, crumbs in the keyboard, crumbs on the table, crumbs. And I'm like, I am going to murder someone. So there would always be crumbs. And then my little brother, how he would constantly get things sticky is just beyond me. Don't make any creepy jokes, okay? Little brother here. How he would get the keyboard sticky and the mouse sticky, and I'm like, why is my keyboard always disgusting? So that's my biggest pet peeve, is like a dirty keyboard, mouse, computer setup. It really makes me angry. No, you must not. You must not make any jokes. You must not. So yeah, so that was my pet peeve and the favorite song. I like Breaking Benjamin as well. Never heard The Dark of You. Well, you should listen to it because it's my favorite song. Okay, what was... I will give him a lot of credit for this answer. The one question was, what is something that she can't live without? And the game was that I had to guess what he would have answered. Like, I had to guess his answer. And I guessed something to do with my cat. And his answer was her Kovu friendship bracelet. And that made me a little bit emotional, because that was a good answer, because that's true. So yeah, yes, classic newlywed game, yes, but every other answer he got like totally wrong. Totally wrong. Actually, no, that's not true. There were a couple that he got right, but yeah. Good answer, but was it the right answer? Yes. What the answer, like what I can't live without, is like just cats. My cat, Chloe cats, cat things. I just would not be able to function without having the love of a cat in my life. So yeah, that is really the answer. I need cats. They make me happy. They bring me stress relief and love and comfort. So it was fun. The games were fun. Um, and we went through all of the gifts. My grandma is like huge on opening the gifts. A lot of people these days don't open gifts at their bridal shower anymore. And my family is very much so like the opposite. They really want to see you open the gifts. And so I had to sit there and open all the gifts, but it was like chaos because at that point, people were like packing up to leave. My mom was cleaning up the kitchen. It was just like, it was a couple people still there, and I'm like trying to open the boxes. My grandma's got a freaking kitchen knife behind me, opening the boxes and just like throwing the things at me. And I'm like, Grandma, relax, wait, I can't see. And like, there's a bunch of stuff I'm gonna have to look online and see who sent them to me, because I don't know, because they didn't come with labels. So it was a little bit chaotic at the end, but we we made it work. It was good. It was a good time. So my shower was good. And yeah. And that was that. So the other thing is I have to now do the stream bridal shower, which might be May 11th. I'm gonna update the throne, and I'm gonna put I'm gonna make a online invitation basically and post it in my Discord and post it on my socials and stuff like that. But I think it's gonna be May 11th that we're gonna do the stream bridal shower. Oh, also, you guys will be really happy to know that I got sheets, not just from one person, but two people bought me new sheets. So now I threw out the sheets that had the gigantic hole in them, and now I've got these sheets, another set just like them, and then a gray set. So now we have sheets. New sheets with no holes in them. And they're very soft. I'm very excited about it. I'm very excited to sleep on those nice nice sheets. 2 months for a new hole with your feet. No, so I didn't start the hole. Like, the hole was there, and then I just made it worse with my feet. So if you thought the IRL shower ended in chaos, start the timer. Start the timer for what? Wait, I mean, this is not going to end in chaos. This is not going to end in chaos. Like, this stream. Not this stream, but like the stream shower is not going to end in chaos. Sorry. I am sleepy. I've been crying all day. Literally all day. I felt so bad at work today because I just kept bursting into tears. And I would try to like hide it from my kid. Like the one time I came out of the bathroom and I was crying, and he was like, why do you look different? And I'm like, oh, I had something like in my eyes. I was just washing my face. He goes, oh, well, can you fix it? And I was like, I will try. I can see that this is upsetting you, so I will try to fix my face. Thank you. Yeah. So I've been emotional today. Yeah, so that's that. So I'll set up the throne, and I will officially invite you guys to the Twitch bridal shower. And yeah, and then that's that. And then we'll do a shower with you guys, and progress is being made. Significant progress is being made on the back room. The next thing that we have to do is get the cabinets, because to finish the wiring, we have to have the cabinets because they need to go through the cabinets. So we got to get the cabinets. So significant progress is being made, and it's very exciting. I'm very excited to see it all happen. So yeah. So that's that. And yeah, and then the only other thing today is Kovu. So I'm gonna talk about him. I'm gonna not cry. I'm gonna try really hard not to cry. So yeah, so I got Kovu in 7th and 8th grade, and he he um he was a really cute kitten. Let me show you a picture of him as a kitten. Um, my goodness, he was just so cute. Look at this. Look at this picture. I mean, look at that little fuzzy face. That was my little baby. That was my baby Kovu. I mean, look at that little face. He was so handsome. Oh my goodness. Just the most handsome kitty. So yeah, I got him as a kitten, and he was from my grandma's house. My grandma used to have, they're all gone now, because she spent a lot of time trapping them, bringing them to the not the vet, but the whatever thing, and neutering them. And then they would get their ears clipped, so when they went back outside, you knew that it was trap and release, trap, neuter, and release. That's what it is. TNR, trap, neuter, release. And so that's what yes. SPCA, that's what it is. Yeah. So did that, and she did that for a long time, for like years, trapping these cats and neutering them so they couldn't keep reproducing. And finally the cat colony has died off. But there was one point where 2 mama cats came into her house and had their litters. And then the one mama cat like left her cats, and so the one mom was just taking care of all the kittens. And so that's when we got to pick our kittens, and I picked Kovu and my little brother picked Chloe. So they're from the same litter. They're brother and sister. And that was him as a little tiny baby. Just the cutest little thing you've ever seen, right? Right? Gotta be. Here's a picture of if you guys did not know this, I once lived in an apartment in New Jersey with Natalie, and Kovu was having a hard time adjusting to that without another cat and like that change, and we decided that we would get a kitten because we thought that would help Kovu, and it did. It didn't fix all of the problems, but it definitely helped him adjust. He wasn't so alone. And so this was the kitten. Her name was Peanut. Well, her name was Minnie, and then we always called her Peanut, and then they started calling her Toby. Her name now is Toby. But when we got her, her name was Minnie. And eventually they became buddies, and he used to clean her, and she would clean him, and that was them sleeping together on my bed. And I was like so happy when I remember seeing this, and I was like, oh, progress, this is huge progress, because they, when you introduce cats to each other, it always takes a while for cats to warm up to each other. So I was very excited when we finally made progress on that front. Let me go up and find some Kovu pictures. So this Ryan, the Irish guy, thank you so much for your Prime. Welcome back. Thank you. Happy to have you here. Thank you. So this was Kovu at the vet. When he was younger, he was like, when was this? This was in high school. I think this was in 10th grade. So he was like maybe 3 years old. And he had like a bladder blockage. This happens actually a lot to indoor male cats who don't get enough hydration. And he couldn't go to the bathroom. He couldn't pee. And he was like screeching in pain. It was one of the most awful sounds you've ever heard in your life. He was in so much pain. He could not go to the bathroom. And so my parents brought him to the vet, and it was going to be a really, really expensive procedure if they had to operate, but they ended up not having to operate. Luckily, I remember, and I didn't know this until later. There was a really expensive operation, like thousands of dollars they could have done for him to fix it. Or we just put him down. And so the decision was kind of made that we couldn't afford the operation that Kovu needed, and he was going to need to be put down if he didn't pee by 8 p.m. that night. Like, they had done what they could do at that point, and if he didn't pee by 8 p.m., he was going to need to be put down. And luckily he did. I don't know what they did, but it worked, and he was able to pee. And I remember I got that phone call, and I just, like, lost it. I remember I was sitting in the school. I was sitting at the, right outside the trainer's room, and I was, like, pacing back and forth waiting for that phone call. And it was cheerleading practice. And I finally got the call that he had gone to the bathroom and he was not going to have to be put down. And he was okay. So came home and he was good, and we just had to adjust his diet, and he pretty much just ate wet food from there on out. No Dark Soul. That was the second time we went through this. So the first time was this situation. The second time was later in his life. So my parents did, have to pay a lot still for that vet bill, but he did come home and live out more of his life. So this was him at the vet for that. This was when he came home. That was me laying on the floor with him. That was when he came home from the vet, and he was not feeling good. He was very grumpy. He had been shaved. They were, poking and prodding him, and he was not a happy camper. So that was when he came home from the vet, and he was just being cute. And so I took a picture with him like this because I don't know, I thought it was cute. So yeah, he was not happy. He was not a happy camper whatsoever. So that was the bladder blockage situation. This was him. He got his head stuck in a bag. I like the way he's looking at me like, yeah, bitch, I did. You gonna do anything about it? Like, what? I love this picture. I found him and my dad like this one night, and I was like, yep, gonna have to take a picture of that. That was him snuggling with my dad. I know for a fact too that Kovu put himself there. Like, he got up under my dad's arm and put himself there. So he did like my dad. Kovu liked my dad a lot, actually. Here he is. I got him some treats. I got him some treats for Christmas. That was him opening his box of treats. It took him a really long time, so eventually I think I just helped him. But that was him opening his treats. I used to say, like, treats, and, like, he would come running. I would say, treats, you want some treats? And he would, wherever he was, he would just come sprinting, because he knew that meant I was going to give him treats if he heard that sound. And then the same thing, he ended up loving whipped cream. And I would look at him, and I really wish that I had videos of this. I would go, Kovu, do you want some cream? And he would literally open his mouth to get cream. Like, he knew the cream was coming. Oh gosh, that sentence sounds so bad. But he was excited. He was excited. He knew I was gonna give him whipped cream. I said, Kovu, do you want some? And normally when I got to some is when he would start opening his mouth. Like he knew he was about to get a treat. Um, this I found him sleeping in somebody's football stuff one day, and I was like, ew, he's gonna stink so bad. But it was just too cute to move him. I couldn't move him, and he did stink, but it was really, really cute, and I didn't want to move him, so I took a picture. Um, I that was him drinking out of friggin' this friggin' mug. That I remember that was my water too. Like I was drinking that water and he was drinking out of it. And I was like, I'm gonna kick your butt, cat. What are you doing? He was such a jerk. But the thing is, like, he wouldn't drink out of his own water bowl. He would just drink out of somebody's cup. Oh, this is okay. Let me turn off the music really quickly for this so you can hear it. Okay, this one might make me cry. This one's gonna be tough for me to watch, so let me see. He was so obnoxious. Every time. Every time I showered. Because I made the mistake of I started giving him treats when I would get out of the shower because I had to shower every single day. So I was like, I won't forget to give him treats if I just give him treats after I shower, right? Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, is called conditioning. And you don't want to do that because then that happens. And so every time I was in the shower, that was him, just meowing his little head off outside the door. It just would not stop. Hi, Invested. We're going on a trip down memory lane for my cat right now. Look at this majestic beast. Oh, and then this picture is cute. My dad was doing something with the fire, and Kovu went over and sat on him, and I was like, yep, I'm gonna have to take a picture of that too. I thought that was cute. He was just funny. He would just do cute things. Let's see. This is my that's my phone background. This is my phone background, and it's been my phone background for a year. That was my fuzzy guy. Um, There was one time he literally like curled up on Royce like he was gonna lay on him, and he bit Royce in the head, like chomped on his forehead, like for no reason. Just there was no reason for it. He just crawled up on him and bit his head. I'm like, Kovu, what is wrong with you? I think he was just jealous. I think he just didn't like Royce being in his bed. Yeah, I think he was just jealous. He was a jealous boy. He didn't want to share mama. This was him riding on my shoulders like I was a cat tree. I remember he was very happy about this. He was purring. Yeah. I was a on the move cat tree. This is I took a picture of, that's Royce, obviously. And Kovu was sleeping in between us, so I had to take a picture of that. Kovu, I think really Kovu just like didn't like Royce in his space, because obviously that was Kovu's side of the bed before it was Royce's side of the bed. So I think Kovu was just like, hey, who is this stranger, and why did he take my side of the bed? I love just taking random pictures of him. Every time I saw him just existing in a cute way. I mean, he was always cute, but I took so many pictures of him. I mean, just tons and tons and tons of pictures all the time. Oh, this was when I tried to, you guys remember the trend where you would put like a cucumber behind a cat and see if they react to it? Kovu literally didn't care at all. He was like, okay, yeah, sure, what's that? Oh, that was loud. He loved this. Like, Chloe, if I did this to Chloe, she would try to jump down. She would like try to wiggle her way out. Kovu loved being held. He loved being held. I held him all the time, and he loved it. And he loved when I would sit here and just like rock back and forth. He was purring. Like in this video, I'm pretty sure you can hear him purring. He absolutely loved it. He was just so naughty. So naughty and so cute. Him looking at Ziva. This is like when you can really see it here, and I feel like I will forever, oh wait, I feel like I will just forever feel guilty, because you can see at this point in his life that his hair starts looking like he's not cleaning himself, and he's looking like skinny but also like weirdly lumpy. Like I didn't know. I thought he was just getting old. I thought it was just a sign of him getting older and not that he was sick. Because he was, 12 years old, so I thought that was from the apartment. I thought he was just getting old, so I didn't realize that it was a sickness. And if I had known, maybe I could have brought him to the vet sooner and they could have done something. But I didn't know. And I still feel guilty about that. Like, how do you know? I mean, it's expensive to take your pet to the vet. Like, it's expensive to take your pet and just be like, oh, I just want to bring him, like, for a checkup. Because each checkup is, like, $500. So, I didn't ever bring them for checkups. And, like, they're indoor cats. So, it's just, I don't know. an expensive thing to do, and so I didn't do it. But I understand full blood and stool work is about that much. Yeah, like, so it's just bringing your pet to the vet for an annual checkup is an expensive thing, and it's just not something that I really thought about. But the second time though, Dark Soul, that he was in the vet and it was a very expensive bill was when he ate a lily. One of my brothers got my mom a bouquet of uh Asiatic lilies, and Kovu, I found him like eating one, and lilies can shut down a cat's liver and kill them. So I like really quickly rushed him to the vet, and they put him on an IV, and yeah, they did all types of like blood work and stuff like that, and he was on an IV for 2 days, I think. And it was incredibly expensive, and I went to pay for it, and they told me, "Oh, your grandma came and paid." Because everybody knew how much I love that cat. And he just always tried to die on me. Um, yeah, truly. So my parents saved him. My grandma saved him. And then I couldn't. I couldn't save him. And last night, I had a dream about burying him. I had a dream that his body was in the back of my car, like the back seat, like I could see him. And I was trying to get home, and they like wouldn't, there was some weird checkpoint, and they like wouldn't let me get home. And I just remember I was crying to these people saying, "I just want to bury my cat, I just want to bury my cat." And I kept showing people Kovu's body, because apparently that's a significant memory in my subconscious here, because I keeps, occurring in my nightmares is Kovu's lifeless body. um we brought our dog into the vet almost every year. It was still a surprise when we took her in for an ear infection and found out she also had terminal liver cancer. Yeah, I guess you never know. Um, but I still feel like maybe if I had taken him, I would have found out about the cancer earlier. And I wish that I didn't just think, "Oh, it's just him getting old. It's just him getting old." Like, I wish if I could go back in time, hindsight's 2020. If I go back in time, I'd take him to the vet, and as soon as I started noticing something, and I did start noticing something, um, I think he had the cancer for a quite a while, because the first time he pooped on the floor was at the apartment, and I thought it was like him protesting being at the apartment, but I don't think it was. I think that was the beginning of the cancer, um, because that was something he did much closer to the end. He did it more times, and I was like, "What is going on? Why does my cat keep pooping on the floor? There's no reason for this." Um, and it was always right next to my bed. It's always up right next to my bed, where he would jump up next to my bed, and I just thought it was him being like a dickhead. But I think it was the cancer. I think it was him not being able to make it to the bathroom. If I had just noticed then. I guess I have a lot of guilt. I still feel a lot of guilt about it because I feel like I should have known something was wrong with my cat. I didn't. I just thought he was getting old. I thought he didn't want to, I thought he wasn't adjusting to the apartment. But I should have known. I should have known. So. I don't know if this ever goes away. I don't know if you ever just magically feel like absolved of your guilt when it comes to the passing of a pet. If anyone has an answer to that, I'd love to know. Because I feel like I will always just always feel like if I had just noticed. If I had just noticed, he'd still be here. I could have, gotten rid of the cancer and he'd still be with me. But... Hi, JP. No, I don't want to smoke. I also have some really fun clips of Kovu on stream in the archives. Damn, he was so good. He was just so good. He was so cute. Oh my gosh. Just the cutest. Man, I used to just smother him with so many kisses. I mean, I guess I smother Chloe with a lot of kisses too, but smothered him with a lot of kisses. Oh, Foofer! Foofer, thank you very much for the resub. Thanks, Foofer. Hi, Foofer. Thank you. Yeah, so... Dude, I don't know why. It just feels like... Losing a pet is so stupid. Like, so stupid. We get them for like 20 years, maybe. Like, I don't want to put myself through the pain of this again. And I don't think I'll ever go through the pain of this particular pain ever again. Because I don't think I will ever love a pet the way that I love Kovu. And that feels mean. Like, I want another cat one day. But nobody could possibly fill Kovu's shoes. He just set the expectation so high. He set the bar so high. And that feels toxic. Tell me that you guys lost your beloved pet and then you got a new pet and you love them just as much. Help me feel better about this. Make me feel like I'm not so crazy. Kovu was the GOAT. Maybe the new cat could fill a different pair of shoes. I guess so. That's what they say about kids. They say that you're always like, oh, I could never love another kid the way I love this kid. And it's like your heart grows to love the next kid just as much as the first kid. They say that your heart grows. Eventually it does, but it will always bring you some sadness. Our first dog was acting strange. We said if he acts the same tomorrow, we'll take him to the vet. Unfortunately, he passed in the night. Unfortunately, you find new things to feel guilty about, like the first anniversary. Yeah. Today is like literally just like last year too. It was beautiful like this. It was so nice out. And it was so nice out, and I remember I let him outside because, you know, he loved being outside. He was an indoor cat, so he didn't really get to go outside much, but obviously on his last day of life, I'm like, I'm gonna let the cat outside. So I let him just walk around, and he just ate grass and rolled in it and laid in the sun. And that was legitimately the last time I heard him purr. Because by the end, he wasn't purring anymore. Even when I cuddled him, he wouldn't purr. But when he was outside rolling in the sun, he was purring. Because he was in pain. He didn't feel good anymore. But he loved it outside. He really did. Oh man, this is hard. Hard, it sucks. Freaking sucks. Oh. And I know that this is not a fun thing. This is not a fun stream. This is not content. I understand that. This stream was not meant to be content. This stream was not meant to be fun. And I was just gonna grieve alone, but I figured I would just grieve with you guys. Because maybe you could help me feel better. But yeah, I still have these, like, tubes of medicine that they gave him. That I feel like I could probably throw out at this point. But, like I said, I didn't want to deal with it. I didn't want to, like, process it. So I just shoved them in a drawer and said, one day I'll deal with this. But it was so hard to try to get him to take this stuff. And I felt so bad. I felt so bad trying to shove it down his throat. And then he was just so lethargic. He was not the same. He was just so lethargic. He wouldn't come out of the closet. He was just hiding in the closet. He looked so sad. He looked so tired. He looked like he was in so much pain. It was awful. It was really awful. And I felt so bad that I was doing it to him. Keep your chin up. You'll have tons more to grieve about. Thanks, Dark Soul. Very helpful advice. Yeah, I'm sure I'll have tons more to grieve about. But yeah, there were definitely just parts of my life where all I had was Kovu. Or at least that's how I felt. I felt like all I had was Kovu. So, who was Kovu? Kovu was my cat. I got him when I was like 10 or 11 or something, and he passed away last year. So, yeah, it's tough. And today is the anniversary of him passing, and it's like a beautiful, perfect day that he would have absolutely loved, and it reminds me so much of last year. So it's just been tough today. And I went out and I talked to him, and I cried, and I dreamt about him last night. It's like, it just sucks, man. It just sucks. But you know, I know it's a part of life. I have tons more to grieve about eventually. And he was a cat, and he was sunbathing on that nice deck you painted. He was. I actually let him out on the front, and he was sunbathing on the front step. But he did like to go on the deck, and he was so bad. I couldn't let him on the deck because he would try to run down the stairs every time. It was so annoying because Riley and Chloe, I could leave them on the deck, and they would just enjoy the sun and not be a nuisance. Kovu would immediately try to escape. I'm like, why are you like this? Why are you the bane of my existence? You're so bad. You're so naughty, but I love you so much. You weren't doing good to get to him. The Bolt, thank you so much for the Prime. Welcome back. Thank you. I appreciate the Prime very much. You weren't doing it to him. It's just nature. I have lost several cats over the years, and each one has been different. Only a couple years since I lost Simon, and Smokey is 15 now, and the two ones are almost 2 years old. Yeah. I know. Hi, Brando. Hello. Thank you everyone for listening to me talk about Kovu and about my shower. I know there are probably people out there who think it's just a cat and she's so dramatic, and get over it. But he was a very significant part of my life. And at times I really truly felt like he was the only part of good thing I had in my life. And I really looked forward to the day where he would meet my baby. Like, I really thought that I would have Kovu for when I had a kid, and I would get a picture of Kovu snuggling with my baby. Obviously, that did not happen. And so it kind of feels like I'm also grieving. Okay, my little brother is screaming. But I feel like part of me also grieves for like what I thought I would have, and that was being able to have, Kovu with my child and Kovu as a part of my family unit. Instead, hopefully, as long as Chloe lives for another year, it'll be Chloe, and I love her, and I'm very attached to her now, but she's not Kovu. Oh, man. It sucks. It just freaking sucks. So, I'm sorry that this stream has been super depressing. The rest of the week will be normal and fine. But yeah, it's hard. It's hard. I wish I could have just like one more day. Which I know would make so much harder. But like I wish I could have just one more day where he was good, like he was feeling good and he was happy. And I wish I could have known at a certain point, you know, like I think that's something that really sucks about it is, you know, by the end, I didn't really get to see him the way I always remembered him as my stupid a-hole cat. Doing naughty little Kovu things and being snuggly and sweet and like a Sour Patch Kid. He was sour sweet and then gone because he was getting yelled at. Ooh, gross. But by the end he was really just miserable. I could see the pain. I could see the pain in his eyes. I could see that he was tired. It was hurting him. And I wish I could just go back to like whatever that last day was where he was feeling good and just kind of take all that in. Because those last couple days with him were really tough. Were really, really tough. Yeah, Tagamo, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. It's like, it's really, truly, you know, unconditional love. And my cats have always brought me a sense of peace that I can't get anywhere else, you know? So, yeah. Whew. Man. Whew, okay. Okay. No, I really, I don't want to. I don't really want to push it. Meaning, I don't really want to, like, force myself to sit here and play World of Tanks or something. I really want to, like, go outside, take a walk, maybe sit on the deck with Chloe. But thank you guys. Kovu would have loved marbles. Kovu. Kovu would have hated marbles because marbles always extends the stream, and Kovu wanted my attention. He did not want me to be at my computer streaming. He wanted me. So Kovu would not have liked marbles. He would have loved you guys supporting me because it meant more treats for him. So he would have loved that. And if I'm happy, Kovu was happy, you know? So he would have loved you guys supporting me to get to marbles, but he would have hated marbles. It did make me laugh. Thank you. Thank you guys for letting me grieve a little bit. Yeah, today is that anniversary of my of having to put my cat down from cancer last year. So, it's just been an extra tough day. So, yeah. So thank you guys very much for letting me grieve and looking at some pictures and videos of him. This was, let me show you this one really quick. This was during my subathon, my uncapped subathon. Oh, it's so hard to see. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Kovu would make biscuits on his blanket. You see him making his biscuits? He'd make biscuits on his blanket. And as he was making biscuits, he would like back up. And so constantly, I had Kovu's butt in my face. He was just constantly teabagging me. Yeah. And this was during the subathon, and Mercy clipped it. Mercy clipped it for me, which I'm so glad we have it. Yeah, he was just constantly teabagging me. Any time that I did like a subathon and I had to stream at nighttime, there was just Kovu teabags. He's such a jerk. Such a jerk. Let's see. He was so bad. He was just so loud. He just made so much noise all the time. He just was just loud. He meowed a lot. Here was um wait. This was when I did my This was when I did my one woman Disney performance, and I used Kovu as Simba, obviously, because when one has a gold cat, one must use gold cat as Simba. And so there I was holding Kovu up. Kovu did not like it very much, and I fell. I wiped out. I was standing on a chair. It wasn't this chair, but I was standing on a chair holding him, and I wiped out, and it was really bad. Kovu was fine. Kovu did not get hurt. I fell. It hurt me, but I used my body to protect my cat. You know, I didn't want him to get hurt, so I held him close to me as I wiped out. But yeah, that was when one has a gold cat, one must do such things. You know what I mean? Let's see. Oh, this. Oh. St. Patrick's Day Kovu. He clearly is not thrilled. Clearly is not thrilled about this, but you know. I used to do all kinds of fun things to Kovu. Kovu was like he was my prop. Yeah, he's just a little guy. He's just a wee Irish lad. Yeah. Oh, this was Kovu Cam. Let's see this one. Why is this so big? Oh. That was Kovu Cam during a subathon. Oh. Him sniffing the camera. Kovu Cam. Oh. And he's looking up at me, thinking I'm gonna give him something. He's like, "Yo, where are my treats, B? I'm performing for the freaking camera. Give me some treats." Treats. Oh, he's staring at me. Oh, Kovu Cam. Oh, look at that big stretch. Look at that big stretch. Yeah, that was my Kovu. Oh, my Kovu. All right. Well, On that note, thank you guys very much for letting me talk about Kovu today. I'm sorry that you did not get a regular stream with fun, PC Patty energy, but I really don't have it in me to force it today. So, um uh Suspended, thank you very much for the 33 bits. Thank you. Define regular, a stream where I'm not crying my eyes out. Oh. I mean, I guess I do sometimes cry on stream, but not quite a stream where I'm just constantly the whole time sad and crying. So, thank you for hanging out with me as I did a little grieving. If there's anyone here currently going through losing a pet, know that you are not alone in your sadness and your grief and your guilt. And we'll see them one day. We'll see them again. And yeah. Thank you for letting me grieve on stream, which is not a cute thing to do, but I figured you guys would have some kind words that would help ease the pain a little bit. So thank you everyone for hanging out, and I will see you tomorrow for a regular stream. That's true. Yep. If you have the PC Scoots emote, put it in the chat. Put a little Scoots in the chat for Kovu. Let me see if I can I wonder if I can find it in my emotes and stick it on the screen. Oh. I was at the apartment. Oh. Suspended, thank you very much for the gifted. Thanks for the gifted to fly high, kitty. Yeah, he's up there. He's up there. There's the boy. Oh. There's the floof. There he is. He's a fluffy guy. Yeah, he was handsome. He was really handsome. He was a really good looking cat, I gotta say. He had a very handsome face. Objectively. I know he's my cat, so like, of course you're gonna say, oh, I had a handsome cat. But no, he was a handsome cat. I did, yeah. I did, Alpha. I got him in 7th grade, which was literally puberty, like TMI, but like I became a woman in 7th grade, and he made it all the way to my engagement. So literally through like every significant portion of my life, Kovu was there. So he was a big part of it, like a very big part of it. So I'll always miss him. A lot. Alright. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you very much for letting me grieve, and I wish you all the best. Have a wonderful night. I can't raid because of that. It won't let me raid until that banner is gone. Listen, if you're gonna do this to me, either start it or don't. How did that even happen? I don't even know how that happened. That was suspended, gifted a sub. Yeah, everyone's already gone because I'm like. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking, Mike. Don't make me sit here and suffer for 20 minutes. I have to wait until the banner goes away. It wouldn't let me raid. No, it won't actually. Like, it won't let me raid. Friday was kind of crazy. It was. Yeah, Friday was awesome. Friday was awesome. But I'm just saying, if we're gonna start a hype train, this shit better go crazy. It better go nuts, just like Friday. How far away are we from marbles? We're 42 subs away from the daily goal, so 92 subs away from marbles. The dono goal? Not the dono goal. You're talking about like this one? No. No, that one's still there. There we go. Yeah, here are the goals for today. Now we have a hype train. Hype train in Kovu's honor? A Kovu hype train? Yeah. Yeah, now we gotta be here for another five minutes. So, I can tell you why I named Kovu Kovu. My favorite Disney movie growing up was The Lion King until I saw The Lion King 2. And The Lion King 2 is about Kovu and Kiara. And I always liked that Kovu ended up, being a good guy. So he starts out as a bad guy, and then he turns into a good guy. And I always liked that character, and so I knew that when I got a cat one day, I would name him Kovu. And so that's how Kovu became Kovu. He's named after a Disney character, which is very fitting for me. You gave your cat a stolen name? How is it stolen? A lot of people name their pets after characters from movies and TV shows and books that they like. If I get another cat, I want to get a black, fluffy cat and name it Drogon. And I think that all of my cats from here on out will be named after, like, Game of Thrones dragons, because Tiger Lily disagrees. I don't think I have it in my heart to name another cat after a Disney character. Operations, thank you very much for the one gifted. Thank you. Thank you for gifting a sub to Jersey Devil. Thank you. All my cats are named after Game of Thrones house names. Wait, really? Bagheera for a black cat? Oh, that's cool. That's from Harry Potter, right? That's Harry Potter? Bagheera? Is that Bagheera? No. No, Bagheera. Oh, Jungle Book. Yeah, I'm like, wait, I'm thinking of, I'm thinking of the snake's name, Nagini. The amount of cats named Simba around the world must be probably a lot of cats named Simba around the world, yeah. Are you getting sushi for dinner? I'm gonna eat leftovers from the shower, so yeah, probably sushi. Jeff, thank you very much for the 52 biddies. Thank you. Listen, you guys, if we're gonna do the hype train, like, let's just get all the levels out of the way here, okay? If we're gonna do the hype train, let's do it. Let's do it hard. Please don't, like, drag it out for the last 20 seconds. Please. I don't have the energy to be to be trolled today. Ugh. You're hell-bent on beating yourself up. Might as well have some of the leftover cheese. I'm not hell-bent on it. It's just hard for me not to feel guilty. Because I just feel like I should have noticed. I should have known. Like, I knew my cat. Like, how did I not realize the signs that he was sick? It's like I saw the signs, but I didn't at the same time. There we go. There we go. Thank you guys very much for the support. And now I'm gonna raid Kit. Although at this point, people probably left, right? Because I put up the ending screen, so they probably like, oh, let me go find somewhere else to be. Yeah, so that's like 30 less people. All right, you guys, thank you very much, and I will see you on the next one. Peace out.